All right. Hello, everyone. This is Lance Ash, sitting on the sofa next to
Oh God, I'm his wife.
Bonnie, my wife. We're going to start doing these more often.
Oh God, do we have to?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Just finished watching the latest episode of Dead Air with George Rockoff Schmidt and his wife, and I thought, I do a show with my wife,
Oh God.
and we started doing these before he started doing one with his wife, so
Yeah.
he's copying us.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So how was your day?
It was crappy, and you know why?
Okay, let's tell everyone what happened to you.
My mother called.
Oh, I was talking about something else.
That was the worst thing that happened to me this week. What I mentioned. You're talking about something that was less worse.
Okay. Wednesday night? Was it Wednesday night?
Yeah.
It was Wednesday night, right after midnight, so right into Thursday morning. I don't leave my phone on at work. I count on, if there's a problem, Bonnie calling somebody else at work and having them tell me to call home. So I get a shout from across the room from Latoya, and she says, "Lance, call your wife." And she goes, "Bee stings." She says she has bee stings. So I called, and Bonnie's like, "I was cutting the grass, got stung by bees, chased by bees." And she hung up on me. So I thought, oh, okay, I gotta go home. So I'm going home, and the phone rings. She goes, "Where are you at? We're on our way to the hospital." So I met at the hospital, and I walk in and ask the woman at the little desk at the entrance to the emergency room, "I'm here to meet my wife. She came in with bee stings." She goes, "Oh yes, she's over there." So I walk over, and Bonnie is just miserable, moaning, shaking, and it won't stop hurting. And we were there 2 hours. And let's hear a little bit from you about the whole thing.
I was cutting the grass on Wednesday evening. It was day 2 of cutting the grass because we've had so much damn rain. And the grass is so thick, and the temperatures at that time of night are still 90. So I'm cutting the grass, and I go up against an area, and apparently I ran over a nest of yellow jackets, and they stung me and chased me through the yard and up onto the porch and through my hair, and I got stung at least 4 times, and it didn't stop hurting. It kept getting worse. I did all the things I'm supposed to do, clean the wounds, took oral Benadryl, took cream Benadryl, took a shit ton of acetaminophen, put ice packs on, and come midnight, it was just getting worse. So Peter drove me to the hospital, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited. Having arrived there at 1, what did we leave at? After 4?
I don't know, but I know we were there 2 hours.
You were. Peter and I were there longer than you were.
You weren't there much longer than I was.
And I got a shot of morphine, a couple of Percocets, more ice packs, steroids, and I was sent home with those things too, prescriptions for it. And I was miserable for 48 hours. And I still at times feel like I get these shooting pains, like there's needles stuck in me.
We've reached a point in the American health care system, medical care, where they're so afraid of people being addicted to opiates that
they won't treat pain.
If you walk in the door and basically all your problems boil down to, well, I'm in pain, they want to make sure that you're not just there as an addict. So they make you wait just to check you out, just to see if it's
horrible.
So they made us wait 2 hours. Okay, well now you've waited long enough. Now you can have some pain medication because you've proven your moral value here.
Even though I have welts on me, I have the stings in me, it's not good enough.
Well, I've heard of people deliberately breaking their arm in order to get pain medication.
You should be treated if you break your arm.
It's just...
I ended up coming home with morphine and Percocet in my system and had a gin and tonic because it wasn't enough to cut the pain. And I had to be careful about what I took in the Percocet stuff because it has acetaminophen in it. I already had so much acetaminophen. And I'm in that much fucking pain. I'm that fucking miserable. And I don't understand why they can't acknowledge people have pain. I mean, they gave me a prescription for Percocet. And what did I have out of the bottle? 2 of them. I mean, if I was some kind of addict, I'd be, oh, let's take them all, let's take them all. Instead, I'm going to hoard them for the next time that I end up in so much pain that I feel like I need to go in the fucking ER. Or that something's happened and I don't have anything that's going to cut the pain. So, you have to hoard what kind of medicine you do get, as a legitimate person with no addiction issues, etc.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's cruel. It's mean.
I remember I was waiting to go in for surgery. They had given me some Lortabs or something over the course of the month or two before my I don't know what surgery it was. It must have been that first surgery after you and I got married. I had just started the post office. I was getting those horrible headaches. Anyway, I'm sitting there and they're giving you the pre-op stuff, and this nurse was talking to me, and I said, "Oh, give me hold on." I said, "Hold on a second, my head's hurting. I'm going to take one of these pills." And I'm starting to take the pill, and she goes, "That won't kick in for 45 minutes." And I just thought, "Oh,
I better get it in me now."
So what's your objection? So I shouldn't never take it because it'll take a while to kick in? What are you trying to say? Anyway, and that was the time my mother's preacher stuck his nose in. God. This is the same guy who was like the head counselor at our. We went to summer camp through the auspices of the Southern Baptist Association, and he was an asshole. And every day you'd have mail call, and he would every single letter. You were gathered in the lunch hall, the meal hall, and they had a big basket with everybody's mail in it. And he'd say, "Okay, Roberta Anderson," and then he'd make the same joke with every single letter. "Ooh, smells like perfume. You have a love letter." Ooh. What kind of mentality? I guess preacher mentality. Anyway, so he finds out. Oh. Jane's son is here for surgery. I better stick my nose in and say hello, and everything will be all right. The Lord will protect you. And my mother was there, and I turned to her and I said, "Get him out of here."
I'm reminded of that scene in the Godfather, where he goes, "You should let me wet my beak." It feels like the preacher's always there to make certain he's in there to get a few souls, or make certain he can come around and take a love offering. Or
he was the one. His wife was the one that at my grandfather's funeral, she said to me, "He's in a better place."
He's had a pain, you stupid cunt.
Anyway. So, Bonnie, have you ever worked as a waitress?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, you met me when I was working as a waitress.
Interesting. Oh, any other shitty jobs you've had like that?
Oh, God. I'm not getting into the list of shitty jobs I've had. I mean, I could start off with wife and diaper changer and housekeeper and cook and laundry. What are you aiming at? Talk about your lousy job?
No, it's just that the episode with George and his wife was about part of the topic was tipping, and the concept of tipping, the practice of tipping, and
oh, it's insane. You get paid $3 an hour? I don't think that's changed in 30 or 40 years.
Well, the comment I left on the video was, when I was a little kid, tipping was seen as something you did if the service was exceptional. The practice of tipping just as a matter of course, that really didn't come in until I was older. And
I think that you're wrong because you were brought up in a different household. See, we had standards that we were taught. And if somebody owned the shop, for example, and you're getting your hair cut, they got 10%. A standard tip at that time for anybody in service was 15%. And then there were what were called annual gifts. And that was something for your mail person, your doorman. And I think it was probably according to where you lived, what those rates were. Like doorman, it was $25-50 or something at Christmas. And your mail person would get a gift as opposed to cash because they couldn't take cash.
well, you know, here in Bumblefuck, Georgia,
Yes,
you never ever tipped your barber. I mean, I don't know about a woman hairstylist, but your barber never got tipped.
You were supposed to tip 10% if the person owned the shop. If they worked at the shop, you're supposed to tip them 15%.
We never tipped a barber. Never, ever.
Yes, you were supposed to.
And I don't know. I remember my dad complaining, about tipping.
Oh, you complain about tipping. You inherited that, honestly. You do not like tipping.
No, I don't. I think it's stupid. I think they ought to be paid, regular wage.
I agree with that completely. I think tipping is a bad policy, period, when it means that people are being underpaid. For example, a waitress that will get paid $3 and change an hour plus tips if she does not meet up to the minimum wage, which in the state is what, $7.25? Then the boss has to make up the difference. But there will be days when they will basically walk out of there with $10 in their pocket.
I thought the minimum wage was much more than that now.
No. This is Georgia.
I thought it was like $13.
No.
Well,
Georgia's shit. Georgia's shit and lead.
When you go to a place like Starbucks and they have the jar up on the counter, says tips, I never put anything in there, ever.
No, you don't.
That's just, I've done all the work. What would I tip you for?
You know what jars bother me? Are the ones that go, give to muscular dystrophy or whatever. And it's always at some place like Walmart. And the thing is that if they're collecting the money, they get the tax write-off for it. Because they're doing the fundraising. And whereas you are made to feel guilty somehow or another if you don't give to MDA or whatever the hell,
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I came home early the night of the WASP attack, and then I stayed home the next night, so I had a 3-day weekend.
I was drugged to the gills. I can't even tell you how long I stayed fucked up from that medicine that they put in me, the morphine.
But
it dulled the pain, but I was still in miserable pain.
It was nice to have a 3-day weekend. No, is this something in my hair right here? What is this? Is that just?
What are you talking about?
Is that just residue from the hair gel?
I don't know what you're talking about.
See, I had some paper or something stuck in.
What's that?
Yeah, is that?
What the hell is that? You're gross. Guys are gross.
Is that the just residue from the hair?
That's hair gel.
Okay, because I had some blue
You're
paper.
an old man.
I like hair gel. I wish you'd let me wear Vitalis again.
Phew, that looks like a leaf. Or part of grass, that one. You're gross.
Bonnie made me stop using Vitalis because she said it smelled like an old man.
Yeah, it does.
It was. I liked Vitalis.
You're gross.
I liked all that old-fashioned grooming stuff.
Yeah, and for a while you waxed your mustache too. Ew.
That was a bigger pain in the butt than it was worth. I am thinking about growing a beard again, though. This time, really go for
All
it.
right, boy.
Yeah. I should have had long hair and a beard at the same time, but now going bald and it's too late.
Ooh. Did I tell you the crazy shit my mother was going on about?
Okay, no.
About aliens? How she saw it on TV and that there are aliens. She saw it on the Science Channel, so it must be true. Same woman who went off on aquatic apes. My response was, God help us. Or God help me.
Aquatic
she goes, what
apes?
did you say? I said, God help me. She goes, you don't believe in aliens? What about UFOs? They've seen UFOs. I said, I have no doubt that there are flying objects which have been unidentified. As for aliens, no, Mom. No.
What are aquatic apes?
I have no idea exactly. I mean, I have a feeling that it's supposed to be one of those, lost evolutionary things that do such and such. Probably ranks up there with, like, I don't know, Yeti or Bigfoot or something. I don't know. She watches the shit and she thinks, it's on TV, it must be real. Or it's on the news.
Did you call her or did she call you?
She fucking called me and Connie.
And you answered the phone.
No. I called her back and I said, returning your call, surgery set for such and such. Hung up. And she called me back. She goes, I really want to talk to you about more than that. So I called her back, like, let's get
Oh my
fuck over.
God.
And so I was like, nightmare. Of course, she goes on about all of her fucking problems. Oh, and of course, I'm not going to take the bait. I'm not going to go, why are you blind in your left eye?
Oh my God.
Why
Is that what she said for real?
Yes.
She's blind in her left eye.
I think that it's a big overexaggeration. I just can't see out of it anymore.
My mother, you try to say something to her.
Oh God, your mom. Your
Like
poor
you say,
mom.
like for instance, maybe something like, okay, the cantaloupe is in the box. The what? The cantaloupe is in the box. The what? What? The cantaloupe
Your mom's
is in
senile.
the box.
Your mom's
The
senile. My mother's evil. It's different. Okay.
She can't. My mother can't hear anything you say unless you say it 4 times,
Deaf
repeated.
and senile. At least your mom's sweet. My mother is evil incarnate. And she does all this, I know I wasn't a good mother. I know I must be driving you. I'm not going to stand there and
Your
argue
mother
with a
is
woman.
flighty.
Oh,
She's
God.
that's more like what she is. She's just sort of.
She's an attention hound, too. Oh, and she should. All the stuff I had to listen to about my dead sister's husband and my dead sister's son and how they're doing this and that and the other.
I'm really surprised he's not remarried already.
And I really wanted to go, do you not realize what a fucking bitch my sister was to me when my oncologist said I had to call her and tell her she was at risk for shit? I mean, fucking bitch to me.
Well,
I don't want to hear about it. And then I mentioned that my daughter's gone to Charleston with her boyfriend. She goes, that's where your sister had her husband and was asked for her hand in marriage. Blah, blah, blah. Your sister. My sister's dead. Okay? Because of your stupid politics and religion. I really hate talking to my mother. Can we just... Oh, God, help me. That was the worst part of my week.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better from the wasp thing.
Oh, I'm feeling much better from the wasp thing.
We need to get the grass finished.
You have fun doing that, dear, or
I
I get
think-
to call Jose.
I think I'm not paying him again.
Well, then you're going to have to get your ass out there because I have no intention of getting out there and getting started
Well, I
again
can't
and
do it.
again and again.
I mean, maybe Friday I'll cut the rest of it.
Maybe Friday.
But I can't do it tomorrow. I gotta go back to work tomorrow night.
I know, dear. I know.
We need to have. I know this was an impromptu episode. But next time, we're going to start doing this on a more regular basis. And next time we'll have something a little more planned out. Okay?
Definitely a lot more pleasant.
Well, events of the day are fine. Oh, we already reached the 20-minute mark.
Bloody hell.
Okay. Anything else to add? Anything you want to tell the world?
Yeah, Lance went looking for a downed tree.
Yeah, well, I went somewhere I don't normally go. I had to go to the Kroger down the road to get a prescription, partly your pain medicine. So I came home away. So I came home away. I don't normally come, and I saw this enormous tree that had been knocked over. So when I got home, I was like,
Where was it?
I want to get my camera and go take a picture of it. And I couldn't remember where it was.
And then he drugged me out trying to look for it.
Tonight,
Couldn't find it.
Or this afternoon, was the third try to try to figure out where the hell did I see that tree at. And then I thought, oh, that's right. You came home a way you don't normally come, and so that it must be out there.
It's enormous.
Yeah, and totally rotten on the inside.
You can use that for your cover art for this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. All right. All right. Well, that's the dead tree, everyone. All right. That's it then. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, God, bye.